Well, my friends, the snap, the purge, whatever you want to call it, is happening with the DC universe. It is happening right in front of our eyes. We just got confirmation that Henry Cavill is out. He will not be Superman anymore. And this is huge. This is a shockwave that has been sent out, and it is reverberating everywhere because there's other consequences that come with it. Welcome to the Chaos Multiverse, everybody. We're going to go over everything. We're going to talk about what Henry had to say about it. He is a class act as always. And why James Gunn is doing what he's doing, and what he thinks about Henry Cavill's future. And I'll tell you where I think Henry Cavill ends up. I think it's a no-brainer. We'll talk about it. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you have those notifications on. And the big, crazy, dramatic part is the cameo in Black Adam. The Rock just petitioning to have Henry Cavill in there as Superman so they could set up that Black Adam versus Superman. Well, that's out. Now, The Rock hasn't came out and made an official statement, but I am just waiting because it's all but confirmed in my mind that Black Adam 2 is not happening. If they are willing to go the lengths, and I'm talking about James Gunn and Peter Safran, to completely reboot and get rid of Henry Cavill as Superman, and Wonder Woman 3 being canceled, and allegedly Aquaman being shelved after this, and The Flash, and Ben Affleck not returning as Batman, although James Gunn wants him to direct something. They just have to find the right project, he said. Well, guess what? The Rock is not untouchable. Black Adam is not untouchable at all by any means, and I'm telling you right now, prediction, it's done. You will not see a sequel to Black Adam. I don't think that's going to happen, but we're talking about Henry Cavill. So the reboot is happening. Henry Cavill went on and posted, and this tweet is Instagram. It's got 3 million likes, and he said, "I've just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran. It's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those who have been on my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember, Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape is past, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with all of you onwards and upwards." And you just wonder what Liam Hemsworth is thinking right now with Geralt and The Witcher. Henry's like, "Hey, I'm coming back," but he's not. I think he has other plans, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Now, James Gunn said, "Peter and I have a DC slate ready to go. They're going to tell us stuff at the beginning of the year. They're huge fans of Henry, and they're excited about possibilities to work together in the future. If the rumor is true, and Jason Momoa ends up being Lobo and recast, there's no reason they wouldn't push for Henry Cavill to be somebody else in the DC. I know it would be weird, but you don't know. If they're doing a complete reboot, the Snyderverse is dead, and all of these actors are somewhat out in their current roles, who knows what they're doing?" And I get why he's doing it, and I know it's hard. He is probably getting so much hate for this right now, but if you're going to do it from the ground up, there's going to be some tough decisions to make, and this is probably one of the toughest, but I want to wait and see what they build. Everybody keeps complaining the DC can't keep up with Marvel because they don't do the continuity and they don't build upon their characters right. Well, if they're going to do it from the ground up, that's what they're trying to do. But I know that's a long way off, so we'll have to see how it goes. Now, let's talk about Henry Cavill's future. Man, he just became the biggest free agent in superhero history. I'm serious when I say that. Kevin Feige has to be just salivating at the opportunities here. So, if you went on Twitter, it was trending. Captain Britain. He could definitely go to the MCU as Captain Britain. He could go as Hyperion. He could go as any number of superheroes or villains. I think Captain Britain would be absolutely amazing, and I think Henry Cavill would slide right into that role like it was no thing. The other thing is, people are talking about, what about The Rock? If Black Adam's done, I don't know if The Rock would go over to the MCU because I have a feeling he's going to have a hard time kind of stomaching this embarrassment. If Black Adam does end up losing money, I know The Rock went out and said it made money, but then there was a scandal about that and leaked documents. There's all kinds of drama surrounding that. I don't see him going over to the other side. I don't know if they'd want him over on the other side, to be honest with you, with everything going on. We'll have to see. I think the Henry Cavill switch over is a way different scenario than The Rock switching over to the MCU, but I fully feel that Henry Cavill is going to end up in the MCU. I just think it's a no-brainer on my end, and we'll see what happens. So let me know what you guys think. This is huge. This is happening in real time right in front of us. So what's next? Who's the next to get on the chopping block? And what's going to be left? I don't think there's going to be anything left. I think it's going to be a complete from the ground up reboot. And I'm not lying. I love Henry Cavill. He is Superman. But he's right. What he said is true class. And the changing of the guard always happens. Nothing is forever. So I'm kind of excited to see what they've got in store to show us. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you soon.